What's up, y'all? Dominique Savage. This is Girl Talk. This is our third episode. If you haven't seen the first and the second, please go back and watch it so you can get a full understanding of what this is. But yes, so different episode, different guests. So today I have with me, of course.
Hey, what's up? It's Megan.
Of course, she'll always be on the episode, so remember who she is. And to my left, I have
Janeisha.
I met Janeisha in high school, and we go to U of M together as well. All to my right, I have
Brandon.
So yeah, we made it Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
I literally just saw him, me and Megan, and we was like, he look like he'll be a good friend, and he should be on the show. Basically.
And here I am.
Alright, so our topic for today is anxiety and depression.
Right.
So I decided to choose that topic because it's so much commotion and chaos going on about that, especially in the celebrity world. And you think that since they have so much money, what are they depressed about?
Yeah.
But it's very deeper than that. So before we even get into that topic, I want to first ask us, have we ever experienced first depression? With me, I have, but it wasn't to the level of wanting to ever harm myself. Never. Well, I feel like I would get to that point, but yes, a little bit.
I feel like you can be depressed over a certain state in life that you're in. So it's like, I can't see the end game plan to this, so I don't know how to cope. So that point of depression, that part of a growing adult, that happens, I feel like.
As far as depression, I have experienced a form of depression, but it hasn't got to the severity, as Dominique said, is wanting to harm myself or do, bodily harm to me or to anyone else.
Yeah.
I've experienced depression before, but I always mask it as just being like a joke, and I'm very morbid, so it's very easy for me to be like, I'll fling myself off the bridge right now. But in the back of my mind, even when you joke about words, those words still hold the same energy, even though you're joking. So you have to be very cautious with connecting your energy to your words.
All right. What about anxiety? I know I have. I'm currently still struggling with that, but the kind of anxiety would be social. Like, it would get to a point to where I'm in a public place and I'm overthinking about any situation that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's so many crazy things going on in the world with people just walking into schools, restaurants, online game tournament or something like that, just shoot up people. So I'm literally always on edge about that.
What's going on?
Get it together.
Yeah. It's always good to be prepared, but anxiety makes it to the point to where you cannot stop thinking about it.
And also stemming off of what she said, like going to any normal public place, like going to church. People shoot up churches now, and it's like you don't even feel safe, like praising and worshiping, not knowing if someone's gonna bust through the back door, shooting up the place. And so I have experienced social anxiety, but it's not like, where I'm afraid of being around people. It's like my physical features, like my hair, like made jokes about my hair, my nose is too big. So it's always like, whenever I go, I'm like, okay, so I ain't gonna say something about my hair today, like they're gonna talk about my nose being too big. So
Yeah, I'm always thinking about what are they thinking about me when they see me. Even if it's like one hair out of place, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I in tip-top shape?
Right.
Basically.
When I was smaller, I used to be like extremely concerned about my appearance because my mom put a lot of pressure on me and my sister to be very, very pristine, especially since we were growing up, in a lower class neighborhood. She wanted us to be, separated in some way, just so that way you could tell the difference. And when I was growing older, I realized I couldn't keep up with it anymore to the point where it became stressful for me to try to put on airs for people that I don't even know. you know, and that's where a lot of my anxiety come from, the anxiety of putting too much pressure on myself. And now I'm hard on myself for very simple things, and I have to learn how to get myself out of it in order to function most times.
That makes sense. But like, I feel like anxiousness, I'm at the point of anxious to where I want it so bad, I'm anxious. It's like, if you put that little bit of more effort into yourself, you could be so much better and on a better level. But you have to want it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else around you can want it because it won't make it legitimate within your own being, your own era of time.
Do y'all see how easy it was for us to talk about how we experience anxiety and depression? Celebrities go through the same thing. No matter how much money they make, no matter how much they're praised. That could tie into our self-love video that we did on episode 2. A lot of them don't love themselves. They're so fixated on making us happy, making their fan base, taking care of their family, making sure everybody else is, happy and secure, but not really taking time for their inner being and their mental health. Just like Mac Miller, I know they shook everybody, including myself.
That was like whoa.
Yes, everybody at the table.
Everybody shook. Moment of silence over the world, because I feel like I told them I feel like that was God's way of saying like, hey, listen to me. I took away a really good person that nobody suspected. Now, what are you all gonna change to not be that next person? Right. I don't want to be a Twitter trend in that sense of the form.
Right.
They were so young. He wasn't married. He didn't have kids. None of that.
He just put out an album. That lets us know it can happen anytime.
Right.
You just put out a whole album.
You know what it reminded me of? Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. People forget about her, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse.
She was a very, very bright person.
Right.
You know, just a really, really big contribution to the world overall. And, to see, in my mind, the progression. With Mac Miller, it was so shocking because, you literally saw him smiling and then
Right.
just like that.
Yeah.
But with Amy Winehouse, it was a progression. You saw her start off happy and cheerful, and then you saw her very slowly turn into like this, like shell. Right. And, I think a lot of that has to do with being too distracted, everything being so quick in front of you and being isolated along with being distracted. It's almost like when wolves get their prey by itself before they go after for the kill. And it's very, very very exhausting, to feel like at all times you have to be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like another thing. It's like these people, like celebrities, they're like, to us, they're in the prime of their lives. Like, what more could these people want? Like, they have money, they have fame, they have recognition. And it's like, what could they be sad about? What could they be battling in their personal life that we don't even know about? And so it's their perspective that gives, like, anxiety and depression. It's like, okay, what you got there for? Because you have all of this, there's nothing for you to be upset or sad about.
So yeah, noticing the signs. Sometimes you see a person and just like that, they're going through something. Why not ask, hey, what's wrong? How's your day? Do you want to talk about anything? Really, if it's, a friend or a family member. I know whenever I'm going through something, I go to a friend or a family member and really just vent. Sometimes that's needed.
Yeah.
Venting. And when someone comes to you, don't shut them out. You have to, think about their point of view, not just of your own. Because just because you might not feel a certain way about that, they might feel different.
I just feel like you gotta check on your people.
Right.
Like, for real. These people are right under you. You speak to them on more than one day a week. You care about these people, obviously, to some extent. Ask them how they doing. If something rough is going on in their life, like, how did that go? What can you do better? I want to help you succeed. Because if not, they're going to feel like in their own head that they're alone. There's so many people out here, but nobody I can relate to. So.
And then, like, coming off of that, it's just like these people that you talk to, like you said, on more than one occasion a week, don't just hit them up like, hey, like I need this, I need that. That makes them feel like, okay, like she only want to talk to me when she wants something. Like instead, like I'm actually going through life situations, and it's like you don't care about me. Like she said, it makes you feel alone. It makes you feel like you're by yourself in this world and no one cares about you.
Okay.
Dang, I did have a thought. That's okay. Well, I'll just go off by saying, whenever somebody comes to me with, I'm always the person people come to and talk to. They feel like I'm wise. I don't know why. But I always try to make a point to people that comfortability and growth don't live on the same street. And whenever you're uncomfortable, that just means that you need to grow. You need to push forward. The pot that you're in right now is too small now. Your roots are growing and you need to expand. And that usually helps people understand that, you know, their difficulties aren't something that should defeat them. You know, life in itself is meant to be lived simply. The thought of life in itself is just simple. You make problems, you know. If you remove all of the extra, you just have life. And that's how you should always look at it.
Listen to him. Listen to him.
And then another point, like we talked about this earlier, like anxiety and depression within, you know, the African American household. It's not something that Black people are comfortable with, like just acknowledging and actually like going forward with the steps, like, you know, try to help themselves or to help other people. Like we were talking about earlier, like children show signs of just maybe not depression, but of anxiety. Period. Like I know when I was going through middle school and high school, I got talked about all the time about my nose. Like, you know, I didn't have breasts, I didn't have booty, I didn't have nothing. So, and it's like I may not have publicly said to my mama like, hey, like these people are talking about me. But like if you see me, 12-year-old me in the mirror, you know, putting on makeup, stuff in my brow, like there's signs of like, you know, something is going on. I'm not just doing this just because, you know, I'm doing it. Like I'm doing it for a reason. And so like when kids lash out fighting all the time, it's just like, to us it's just like, oh, they bad, they okay, they'll get a whooping.
Kids are mean.
Right.
They're mean.
Give people their flowers while they're still here. Some people need to hear a compliment. Some people need to be praised every now and then because deep inside they may be thinking, I'm not good enough. I don't have any value here. Nobody really cares about me. Sometimes put your ego aside and just let the person you love or anybody know that you are good enough. You do matter.
And you never know, a conversation could be a lifesaver for anybody. Like it may be one day, you know, this person is, you know, thinking about committing suicide, and it just so happen you hit them up right before they did, and they're like, wow, like just to actually talk and not just want something from them, to actually talk, and they're just like, wow, like, you know, yeah, they helped me, like they actually like made me like, you know, regret even thinking about this. So talking to people really helps. Like people, like you said, look out for your folks. Like,
Okay, so y'all, how to fight it? In relation to us or anybody else, how I fought it. Anxiety really is a mental thing. Sometimes you just have to take a breather and just, you know, calmly talk to yourself, saying, you're just overthinking it. This too shall pass.
Or you can get through.
Yeah, you get so stuck in the moment, not thinking this is just temporary.
Right.
Yeah.
But always remember, growth is not linear. So don't feel bad about going backwards or going down or going to the side.
Right.
You know, growth is a progress. You know, with progressing, you don't know where the hell you're going. You just keep going until you get to a place that you like.
Right. And drugs is not always the answer. Like, there's somebody, like, even if the person you want to talk to, they may not be around, you can always find comfort in somebody else, like people that you may not even know. You just run into them on the street one day and they just talk to you about things, like, you know, she might not even know, he or she might not even know what you're going through. It could just be something from their personal experiences, and they're just talking to you about it, and you like, okay, maybe if she got through it, I can get through this too. Like, drugs is not always the answer. Or alcohol. No, don't
talk to somebody, sleep, get a massage.
Right,
Look, I took my stepmom to get a massage for her birthday because she's always so like tense.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have this Asian man come rub on you.
Yes.
But yes, and so when somebody comes to you to, and confides in you, do not lash them off. Make time. Don't brush them off. Sometimes at that moment they need to hear a good word from you. That really sums it up for our episode. But to give a conclusion, once again, I like to do that at the end of every episode. If you experience anxiety or depression, know that you are not alone. We all just sat and told you how we're going through the same thing or have gone through and have overcome it. So yeah, talk to somebody if you need to. Pray about it if you're spiritual. Pray about it. Question game. If you don't know what it is, the guests have to pull out a name and a question. Whoever name that they pull out has to answer the question, even if it's their own. So first, Janeisha, can you pull out a name? It's in the red line.
Brandon!
Hey.
Okay, time for the question.
Would you leave your hometown forever or stay in your hometown forever?
Well, let me explain something to you. I don't know what a hometown is. I grew up in 6 different states. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
I don't know what
There's
that
no
is,
such thing as
but-
roots.
Okay, your turn.
Here we go. Megan! It's beautiful. Absolutely. Let me pull out a question.
You had a question.
Is your baby?
Yes, it's in there.
I just need the egg.
If you had to work but didn't need the money, what would you choose to do?
Good one.
Here again, talk about my money. What I got going on?
Well,
If I had to work but didn't
Bali.
need the money,
Something to be passionate about.
Right, it has to be something you're passionate about.
yeah, so it probably go towards college applications, stuff like that. Try to something to do with school, something to maneuver me forward in life. Moving to that new city that offered me that new job that could go into that career, something like that. So something to fund my passion, what I want to do ultimately. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, that's the end of our second episode. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please leave feedback. If you want to hear us talk about something, let me know. And if you want to be a guest, let me know. Because like I said, different episode, different guests. So look out for the next one. You don't know who's going to be on it. Bye, guys.
bye! I feel
Alright.
like on the, what's it called? PBS Kids, when all the kids would be on.
Bye.
Can you tell me how to get to